oh, what kind of church do you go to? And I say non-denominational, but Scott always says it has a lot of soul.
A lot of soul. Plenty of soul, yes.
So I feel like the Christmas Santa hat is not the loudest thing in the room.
No, probably not. That's awesome.
It's the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Allie.
Aren't we festive?
We are. I have to read you the text message that Zach just sent me. So you know how he calls me Allie Stain?
Yes.
So my brother's real name is Mark. So he now has dubbed us Allie Stain and Skid Mark.
Why do I love that?
I do too, and I hate that I love it. Like, I don't want to be Allie Stain and Skid Mark, although it sounds like a great name for a band.
Yeah, it really does, yes. You're super alty.
Your stocking kind of looks like a Christmas turban.
Yeah. Christmas turban. Well, you got the blinking Christmas light. It sounds like I was saying something dirty. You and that blinking Christmas light or Christmas hat.
I bought this at the gas station, and I said to them,
can we just stop with that statement?
I know.
I bought this at the gas station.
Yes, and I said to the girls there, I always wondered who bought the shit at the gas station by the door that's always like the tchotchke stuff. And I said, it's me. It's me today. I am that person. This thing cost me $10.
Oh, that's actually a good price.
It's not bad. And by the way, I use my own money, but I bought this for a social media thing we were doing.
Yeah.
And, sometimes, Scott, there is a gift card that might come across my desk.
Oh.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, this is something I could really use. We might have extras of something.
Sure. Oh,
and
is that how it comes across your desk? Strange, none of those ever come across my desk. Extras.
Well, if you did half price hookup, then you would. With that being said, now I don't feel so guilty about, maybe getting an extra gift card and this turban keeps on moving. Getting an extra gift card.
You're talking about the gas station. I figured I should really get the roll going.
There you go. And I don't feel bad because I feel like I'm buying Christmas hats and other things for the station all the time.
Sure.
So if there just so happens to be an extra, coffee gift card that ran across my desk for $10, then so be it.
So be it.
Mm-hmm. Then I don't feel bad about graciously taking it.
By the way, for those that are watching this, because you can watch it on YouTube, where else can you actually see the podcast?
On Spotify.
Oh, you can? I think I've started a new style trend for Christmas. I think this Christmas turban is right on point.
It looks like a Christmas turban, or if it was like a Christmas hair towel.
I was going to say, I also feel a little bit like Lucille Ball back in the day when she'd like show up, with some crazy, turban out of a shower scene or something. Not that I've ever heard of Lucille Ball in a shower scene.
Well, it looks
Either
like
way.
When I get out of the shower, I put the towel around my head. It looks like that.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
It's definitely keeping the ears warm. All right, I've got a vent on something so dumb, and I feel like you're either going to completely agree with me or you're going to make terrible fun of me.
Okay.
I'm open either way to whichever one you decide to do.
All right. Then I want to come back to the Christmas hats.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Okay.
So the other day, I had to go double check. Do you know how you keep certain tabs in your browser on your phone? Not necessarily all the different windows that are open, but like, let's say you open up Google, you'll have like a bunch of different tabs.
Yeah, let me tell you what's on mine.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So I'm selling a bottle of perfume that I got as a Christmas gift last year, and it just is not my scent. It's not bad. It's actually a very expensive perfume.
Yeah.
So I was looking up the price of it. So that was one of my tabs. This is like a $90 bottle of perfume that I'm trying to sell. I was also looking up fun Twinkie fillings.
Thought there was only one, but all right.
No, it was a friend of mine had me on his podcast the other day, and we were talking about Twinkie fillings. And let me tell you what I suggested. And I think it's a great suggestion. And then we'll get back to your tabs. Banana pudding filled Twinkies.
Didn't they do that years ago? This sounds very familiar.
I do not know, but I just got back from Nashville not that long ago, and they have banana pudding everywhere.
Yeah.
Every restaurant has banana pudding. So I thought inside of a Twinkie sounds delicious.
Yeah, that does.
I also was looking up a bottle of
If
wine.
you can make Twinkies sound delicious, you just did.
Oh my God, I love Twinkies. Do you not love Twinkies?
I mean, they're all right.
Oh, I love Twinkies. I got pizza the other day, so I had a tab open for that. I had Aunt Bethany from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because I'm dressing like her for an event on Saturday, so I wanted to make sure I had.
You sure you don't want to take the Christmas turban?
I might need something like that, yes. And then the other tab that I have many more, but the other tab that I have open was a candle company. How to prune apple trees.
Of course.
Well, we have an apple tree, and I don't know how to do it. So I had to
That
Google
makes
it.
sense, yeah.
And tracking for one of my Christmas gifts. Okay,
so that a lot of that makes sense. Now, in my tabs, I have a bunch of recipes. There's the kids' pediatrician. There's
yeah.
the dog groomer.
Yeah.
What else is it? Well, anyway, my purpose for this was, we're in the year 2024, almost out of it, almost to 2025. We keep moving forward because that's the way it goes, right?
That's life.
Yeah. And why is it with recipes? I had to look up the cook time of something in the Instant Pot the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I deliberately have this tab in my Google tabs because it's something I've made more than one time. But I always just want to double check, how long am I cooking this for so it doesn't, turn to dust?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it still in this day and age, every recipe is 17 miles long till you get to the recipe, full of ads? I mean, you get a lot that say jump to recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, all of a sudden car ads pop up and ads for this, and the video that pops up that you have to find this tiniest little X to cross out so you can close it. Why are we still dealing with recipes online? I mean, why can't it just be a recipe card? You want to put one advertiser at the top, fine. But here on top of that, I don't give two shits about Aunt Millie's story from 1946 of how she made something that goes on and on and on and why it's the best and this and that. Get to the ingredients, get to the cook time, tell me what to do. I can't be the only person that's like, can we stop with this now?
Right, because your Aunt Millie story, I don't resonate with.
It doesn't sell me.
Right. And I really don't care because I didn't grow up with Aunt Millie.
Well, and one of the things...
Let's not.
Very few people did. She's been gone a while.
Yeah.
And one of the things, and you've actually taught me this, is specifically if you're doing something online, other than the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast, which has a tendency to be a good 30-some minutes long, that's different. Most of the things, when you go scrolling or looking for something, the shorter the better. It keeps attention span. I'm sitting here with the thumb scrolling through it. If I don't have a jump to the recipe, go. And just when you think you get to it, an ad pops up, and then that little video pops up.
And then I accidentally click on it.
Oh my God. How do we make it stop? Like, can there not be somebody that puts out any
regulations?
Just shrink it down.
Recipe regulations.
Oh, come
it's
on.
It's like regulations for airlines now. Now there needs to be recipe regulations.
Well, doesn't it get you to the point where you're so pissed off, you're like, screw it, I'll go get an old-fashioned cookbook and just turn the pages.
Or I just go to a different recipe. I don't want to bother with it.
So many of them will have it. I don't even know that you're like, because I do feel like all of us in today's day and age don't just use a cookbook anymore for certain things. We do so much online.
I got a cookbook last Christmas and I love it.
Yeah.
But I used it a ton on our Christmas break last year. I haven't used it a ton since then. It's not a difficult one, but it is something, like you said, I don't really ever use a cookbook.
A lot of times you're going quick.
Right, and I forget about it. Plus, we just have like the same 5 rotating things that we make. Don't you? Aren't yours?
There's a common theme, yes.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day, I added something new in, and I was like, yeah, we haven't had that in a while. But honestly, for the most part, it's like steak one night, burgers another night.
Yep.
Tacos another night.
Impacted colon by Thursday.
Lots of red
so
meat.
much red meat.
So much red meat. Oh my gosh.
Does Zach like salmon?
Yeah, but he eats it only once a week on Sundays.
Sunday is salmon day.
Yes, because he's such a creature of habit, which I like love and hate sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he plays hockey on Sundays and he doesn't want anything like too heavy. He doesn't want
that
it
makes sense.
He doesn't want to impact his colon on a Sunday.
Either poop in that outfit or throw up on the ice.
Exactly. So we have salmon on Sundays. That is our thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, do you want me to go back to the Christmas hats?
You can go back to the hats, the Christmas hat and the Christmas turban, which really is just a stocking that I've wrapped up into this mess.
You know what you look like? Johnny Carson when he did the
Karnak. That was what it was. Karnak.
That was the character's name?
Wait, was it Karnak?
By the way, the blinkies from my hat, I can see them blinking off of your head. So Scott and I sit across from each other.
Yeah.
And I can see it blinking off of your head, which means that you must be extremely shiny.
I am very shy. I've got a great glow. Yes, it was Karnak, was the psychic. In fact, he used to do this.
With the card.
I'll give you a great one. Here's a great classic Karnak. Are you ready?
Yes, yeah, I'm ready.
Blowing mighty cold. And let me open it up. Santa's bunghole. Hey. That's a classic Karnak moment. Probably never used on the Tonight Show, but on the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast, you get it.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that bit. I just have seen pictures of this moment.
Yeah, that's what he used to do. He used to give the punchline with it and then would open the envelope and read what the setup was. It was cute. Most of them, you got to realize at the time and the way television was then, you really couldn't use blowing cold and then say Santa's butthole. That would probably not have flown in the 80s or 70s or whatever.
Santa's farts are probably pretty cold, though.
Yes, they are.
Or has he been eating so many milk and cookies, it's impacted his colon?
Well, that could be too.
I really don't want to know about Santa wiping himself, to be honest with you.
We'll do another Karnak moment here.
Okay.
Dusty Sugar.
Okay.
Dusty Sugar. Santa dressed as a drag queen after he's eaten too many sugar cookies. Hello, Dusty Sugar.
Here's my question about the Santa hats.
Yes.
You start wearing Santa hats a ton this time of year. And what's the other thing that people will do either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day with their family?
I myself wear the Santa tanning sock.
No. You know how you will, as a family, you and your grandmas and your aunts and all that stuff will go to a church service?
Oh, yeah.
Can you?
Maybe I should after the joke of the tanning sock. Okay.
Can you wear a Santa hat to church or is it inappropriate?
Oh.
I think it's weird.
Okay, in the Catholic Church, you cannot.
I know, and I'm there. Our church
I think the Lutherans will let it through. They'll let it in.
Our church is really lazy daisy.
Yeah, you could probably get it in yours. Well, because you're what? You're Southern Baptist?
No, I was raised Pentecostal.
Oh, Pentecostal,
now non-denominational.
Oh, non-denominational. Well, then you're definitely in.
But as Scott likes to say, and I love using this, I've now adopted this when I tell people about my church because they're like, oh, what kind of church do you go to? And I say non-denominational, but Scott always says it has a lot of soul.
A lot of soul. Plenty of soul, yes.
So I feel like the Christmas Santa hat is not the loudest thing in the room.
No, probably not. That's awesome. No, I think you could, depending on the crowd. I'm going to tell you right now, the Catholic Church, no, that we're still, and I say we're because, I was born and raised Catholic, a lot of years as an altar boy.
Yep.
That would be frowned on. Well, not frowned on, but I just don't think people would do it. Nobody's going to look at you and be like, you're wearing a Santa hat. Because in the Catholic Church, you're technically not even supposed to wear hats. It's been since many, many, many years. I mean, you'll see an occasional elderly person wearing a very dainty little cap of kinds.
Oh, yeah. Like something fancier.
Yeah, not the Christmas turban, obviously. And that is about as far as that goes. I joke about the Lutherans because my dad was Lutheran and we went to church never.
All right.
Yeah, never. So I think Christmas Eve there was a couple times we did when I was very young, and that was I mean it was a different era. People were dressing up still. Pretty much now me and my jeans and my button down. If I walk in, they're going to be glad to see me.
Right. That'll pass.
Yep.
All right. Places you can and cannot wear Santa hats. Can you wear a Santa hat in a strip club?
Absolutely. And I'm hoping the stripper on the pole is wearing nothing but the Santa hat.
Okay. Can you wear a Santa hat in a meeting with your lawyer? Or if you're going to a court appearance and say it's something
Since it seems I have a lot of experience with court. Yes.
Say it's something simple like
a traffic ticket.
Traffic ticket.
If you know, all right. If you are if it's a pretty basic violation,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you rolled through a stop sign, you didn't kill anybody, you didn't go through a school zone at double the speed. It was paying a parking ticket.
Yep.
Absolutely. Even fighting the parking ticket. But no, technically you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to wear hats in a courtroom. So
Okay.
technically, no. Now, the
No
meeting
to
with your
Catholic
lawyer, I would.
churches.
What's that?
No to Catholic churches.
No to
courtrooms.
Catholic churches, no to the courtroom. I would say if you're having a meeting with your lawyer, sure, that's usually in their office.
Although they're not going to take you seriously.
Well, depending how long you've known the lawyer. If you're going
Okay.
in first consultation, I don't know, for something, if you've got an attorney, it's probably more than just a parking ticket. Then maybe the second visit, you could go ahead and do it. Now, I would say at a school, like a school board meeting, absolutely, the season's there.
I was going there.
All
So
right.
let's hypothetically say Lydia said the F word at school.
Santa
And-
hat in that principal's office for sure to defuse that situation.
Oh, okay. See,
Absolutely.
I was thinking no Santa hat.
May go with the Santa turban that I'm wearing right now on that one, just to sort of smooth that one over. Yeah. How about Santa hat to a proctologist?
Yes.
Yep.
Instead of turn and cough, turn and ho, ho, ho.
All right, let's flip that one over. Santa hat at the gyno.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I have a really...
Instead of looking at your camel toe, it's your mistletoe.
Wait, I got one more.
Boom.
One more. Funeral. Can you wear a Santa hat to a funeral?
Ooh, if it was a fun uncle.
Oh, yeah.
If it was the fun uncle, I think it would be. I mean, now, if the funeral was in July, you're going to get looks. If it's around Christmas, you might pull it off.
Right.
But yeah.
If you're at grandma's funeral, she just got ran over by reindeer.
If grandma was a good time, I'd say go for it. At the wake, at least, maybe not the funeral.
Let me tell you what. If I die tomorrow,
Wear the Santa hat? Wear the Santa turban.
wear a Santa turban to my funeral, because you want to know what? You put the fun in funeral.
Yes, you do.
And that's what I need in my funeral.
This is a great time. Where else would you question wearing a Santa hat? I don't. The funeral was good. It might be the
Okay.
a Santa hat at a wedding. It's a near Christmas wedding.
Oh. No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, serious. Definitely not. It might come out after I'm, 3 in at
Well, it's going to come out that wedding night.
the reception.
Whether you like it or not.
They should do table mistletoes.
Oh,
So that way, because a lot of times,
no, because you just placed me at the table with the chick with the mustache because I don't know anybody else, and I don't want that.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot
yeah.
of kissing with your aunt.
Yeah. Man, I thought I had a good idea, because if you have a Christmassy wedding, then you can have Christmas cookies as your table favor.
Oh, sure you could.
Which are so easy, because your Aunt Bethany is going to make 9,800 of them.
So, and please make sure to make the Russian tea cakes. The balls.
I hate those so much.
The dusty crumbs they are. Yes.
I don't need your dusty balls in my mouth.
All right, but okay. Santa hat at a reception, yes. At the ceremony, no.
Right. And
Okay.
and the Santa hat is definitely going to come out, like I said, whenever I'm 3 G and T's in. What?
Santa hat at a job interview because they're hiring at the first of the year.
No.
Are you sure?
Absolutely not. I love that you want to say I can have fun
I'm a
at
good
work.
time?
I'm a good time. I can have fun at work.
Yeah.
But no, we need to really build a relationship before I know about your good time.
If your realtor showed up to show you a house in a Santa hat,
No.
no, you don't want that?
That one either. No.
Would have thought that would have been fun.
I will say, I was in an interview process the other day. We were hiring. I wasn't looking somewhere else. I had 4 people that we had to interview, and I wanted to see some of their light side.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely, the thing is, I wouldn't have taken them seriously. The one person, by the end, she loosened up, and I was like, oh, I like her.
Okay.
Or them. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say
So
that.
you need the
Man.
time for them.
Yes.
You need the natural progression. If they just
Yes.
bolt through the door in a Santa hat, it's too much right off the bat.
Right.
I got
And
you.
they're like, did Santa grant my Christmas wish with a new job? Like,
oh. Hang on. Speaking of which.
oh,
back over
okay.
here.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah. This bit.
A 4-inch candy cane. what Mrs. Claus got the day after Christmas. All
Hey-o,
right.
only 4 inches?
Hey-o.
Only 4 inches?
Well,
Come on.
Santa said it was 6, but you ladies know how to really make it the right size.
It was the curve. The curve at the top.
Ooh.
I did tease this on the last podcast, so since we're towards the end, I'll save it here and give it to you
Are
here.
you sure? What do you got?
Well, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
I'm 21. He's 48. Am I too young for him?
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
Well.
Let me tell you
And
something
Scott's
from
dated.
experience.
Yeah, right there. Yep.
It eventually doesn't match up. You think you grow into it.
Is this back to the candy canes? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, it is. You think you grow into it, but the problem with it is at 20, in your 20s, there is so much growing that you do. 21, especially 21, you still got a lot of wild fun in you. You know, 48.
And I know you got some daddy kink right now, but
Yeah, it's right. And 48, you're looking at it going, oh, this is going to be so much fun, and it's going to bring back my youth and all this. But the reality to it is, it's not like those separations seem to come together. I think about the limit is about 10, maybe 11 years, and that's about it.
Scott's saying that because his significant other is 11 years younger, right?
Well, yeah, but through life experiences, I mean, let's see, 42, yeah. But we've passed. We met each other.
Party phase.
We met each other at the ages we are now, not where, I was younger, she was younger. I would say anyone in their 20s, and you try to look at that and go, you got to get through your 20s before you do. Maybe a further age difference when you're in your 30s, mid 30s, and then up might work better. Man, I'm telling you, your 20s, there's just too much. And I feel that from where you were at 2021 to where you are at 29 is vastly different. Probably not much more of a decade of growth so quickly as that, because when you get to your 30s, you've got, you might still be in a bit of a party phase in your early 30s, but by the time you're in your mid 30s, things have started to settle and change. You should be much more established, and I don't want to use the term settled, but
but then all of a sudden, if we're in mid 30s, now he's almost 60.
Yeah.
You're right. And then it feels, wow,
it doesn't come together.
Right. He's retiring.
Yeah.
And I don't like it either. And not that your friends mean everything, but when you're 21, like she is, she's 21, he's 48. When you're 21 like she is, she's still hanging out with her friends. So all of a sudden you bring your sugar cookie daddy, and he, see that little Christmas tie there?
I saw that.
So when you bring your sugar cookie daddy, your friends are also like, this is weird. Like, we're not connecting either. I think that, like, yeah, he can be fun a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's still like, okay. It gets a little awkward. So I think you're right too. That I felt like was a really easy answer, but I just still wanted to throw it out there too.
There's too much growth.
I think that it's all fantasy right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, or you're looking for someone to take care of you, but then if you're 21, but then all of a sudden by the time you're 29, I would have hoped life would have started to establish itself. Your positions are going to change. Your thoughts, your where you want to be or where you're going and all that. It's really, I know that there are stories of people that work like that, but I would say overall, it
doesn't usually work.
No,
and
life changes
like you
too
said,
much.
Let's say sugar cookie daddy takes care of you in your 20s, and then there's some thoughts change. You want to be more independent. Will he set you up, and you've set yourself up to not be independent because you have been relying on him for the majority of your formative life of making adult decisions. So now
I would even say if money was no object, somebody was filthy rich, dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, mentally, I'm now 30. I'm like, oh, well, I want to be more independent. but you don't know how.
Just everything is so different. Yeah, like I said, there is a decade in your life. It feels like from 20 to 29, or it's you are so different from point A to point B on that it's no.
I do understand the not that I have daddy issues, but I do understand the fantasy of that though.
Well, an older man, I think for a lot of women, makes you feel, well, he's got his shit together.
That's right. And that's why it is like, oh, that's so attractive.
Well, it's not always the case, though.
Right.
You know, that, I mean...
It took Scott to be 55.
I haven't even hit 55 yet. So I'll let you know when I get there if I got my shit together finally. But no,
says the guy wearing the Christmas turban.
Yes. I don't know that I'm ever going to have my shit together, but that's all right.
Right.
But that being said, think about this for a couple seconds. Many times guys that are much older have gone through a relationship already, whether it was a marriage or something that was pretty established and had patterns, and you have to think about something for a minute. Why is he rolling so far backwards? Look, he's looking for the good time. He doesn't, and he may not know it in the moment. It may just being caught up in it. But, there probably was a level of trauma that if it's the guy that's older, obviously. But I would say the same if it was a woman that was older. I don't think that it would work if the guy was 21 and the woman was 48. I just don't see it coming together. I think you're just going to continue at your huge separations of age. The problem with it is, for a guy or a girl, you probably carried some sort of trauma out of, let's say, a marriage. Very few people are 48 and are in their 50s and never had any kind of a committed marriage type relationship.
Right.
There are a few, but most of them are, I've come out of this, I've come out of a divorce or whatever. Maybe you've even been divorced for a couple years. That's fine. But it is really for the younger person, you have to sit there and think to yourself, what am I to that person? And for the younger person, shame on them if they're looking at someone going, well, this is the person that will take care of me. Because also got to keep in mind where you are in life depends on certain things. Now, again, let's say money is an object to people as opposed to no object, because I don't know too many filthy rich people. I don't even know that I know one, maybe one. I've got to think about the future of things. I am going to be retiring. Well, I'm not personally. I mean, my God. I mean, look, I'm 53 wearing a Christmas turban. I ain't going anywhere for about 30 years. But nor can I afford to. But that being said, you're thinking about different life placements at some point in time. I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to go, hey, I'm wrapped up with work at this point. Maybe you work to 67 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at 67, you're 30 years younger than me. Is that what you want to do?
Right. And because it's such an emotional fueled time that no one's looking at the big picture.
No.
It's not just one person. Neither of those parties are.
Right.
And that is exactly where you're right. 10 years down the road, you're going to be like, ooh, why did I waste that time? Because he is not or she is not really my big picture.
No, and that won't come together like that. You had said that my significant other and myself, we have an 11-year difference, but think about the life experiences. She has a 20-year-old daughter. She was a single parent. She raised pretty much a long way on her own. And then, she went through a marriage, which, didn't work out. There was a lot of life experience. She has caught herself maturity wise, right up to, well, I can't say she caught it up to me because I'm wearing a Christmas turban, so there's no way to describe any sort of maturity.
She actually is more mature than you.
But there's a damn good possibility of that.
Wait, who's the older one? No.
Yes. By years, well, we can figure that one out. By everything else there. Hold on a second. Let me.
Oh, God. One last one.
It goes, oh.
It's magic.
Santa walking backwards.
Actually, it was really good.
You like that?
I did. What a great way to end it.
There you go.
All right. Bye. Happy holidays. All that good stuff.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.